So, hello, this is Ville Valo, the singer from a Finnish band called Him. And in a while, you're gonna see some live shots of our gig and all that kind of usual crap. But before, it's time for the virus mix. I'm just trying to be myself. If it's my appearance that sells records, it's okay. If it's the music, it's okay, you know, whatever. Actually, it was not that, you know, original, or it didn't have any magic in it. We were just 5 guys, and, you know, we had the feeling that we had to play in a band that really, you know, kind of rocks and is a real band, and we work for the band and that kind of stuff. And we've been playing together only for 2.5 years, so it's kind of a new thing still for us. But they're very old friends, and we'll be playing, you know, with those guys. Before Him, we've been playing in, you know, jazz bands and funk bands and, you know, whatever, you know, all this stuff. And then we recorded the album and blah, blah, blah. Now we're here. But actually, our drum player, he is kind of hardcore freak, and he loves Slayer and that kind of stuff. Our bass player, he loves, you know, wow, he loves kind of Ozzy Osbourne and 80s kind of heavy metal, Manowar and that kind of stuff. And our guitar player, he loves different kinds of stuff. And I'm the only one to really, I'm a freak about goth rock and that kind of stuff. And, you know, of course, it affects the whole sound of the band, because we all come from, you know, so many different musical backgrounds, but still we are, you know, friends good enough to be able to be together, and we never have any fights and that kind of stuff. We're always, you know, it's very easy. That creates the whole sound, you know, me singing in very melodic and very, you know, kind of old-fashioned way, and they're playing very, very hard and rude and, you know, that kind of stuff. It creates the whole sound. But the members of our band were all atheists, so we don't support any religious beliefs, any political views, you know. That's out of the question completely. We're just trying to play music, and because of this Christian world, it's very easy to use those kind of symbols, 666 and 777, you know. In those 3 numbers, you can, you know, everyone gets 1,000 words in their minds, and everybody knows that 666 is something very dark and gloomy and whatever, and 777 is supposed to be very pure and that kind of stuff, you know. And the whole title of the album, Greatest Love Songs, Volume 666, it's all about love, the kind of way I see love to be perfect. You know, love cannot be just sunshine and birds singing and smiling and, you know, smiling happy faces or whatever. It has to have that violent and the carnal aspect in it as well, to be perfect, to be love, you know. So that was the original point, and that was the, you know, way I intended the 666 to be. But obviously people are too narrow-minded to realize that. It's the only obsession I have, love, so it's very easy for me to write about that, and you know, kind of the only thing I know something about, you know. I don't want to be involved in politics or that kind of stuff. Rage Against the Machine, they can do that. We've gained all that it is all that is possible to gain in Finland with this kind of music. So we have to go abroad. It's a necessity for the band. So I'm just, you know, completely like 5-year-old guy, just completely hysterical about the fact. And it's very nice that the record company in Germany, they like the record so much, and, you know, all the promotional stuff and that kind of stuff. It's all been, you know, taken care of so well that I'm just pleased and, you know, flattered about the whole situation. And I hope we are enough for the German people as well.